Alright, chaps. As most of you noticed, I'm what how was he called? Rudolph! Yeah, I'm Rudolph tonight. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And some of you would have thought that's because I was drunk. That really, there's a Nidus network trying to make his way across my nose. Which I guess is something that you sometimes get while playing StarCraft, and everyone gets it from time to time. But the map will be starting soon, guys. I think it's the reason to rejoice, because we will be having Bly versus Wytra right now, fighting for the survival in the tournament as we know it. So let's take a look at the bracket. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the bracket. So in the bracket we can see that either Bly or Wytra will move forward, and we had previously played Nurture versus Snoot today, and Snoot has been eliminated. This means Nurture will be picking up the pace, and he will be playing against either Bly or Wytra. Which one of them picks up those games that we'll be playing in a second, we don't know yet. But the map is going... Oh, I know what the map is going to be, guys. I'm so excited to share the detail, but I think we have something better to give you the good introduction. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go! Yeah, the map is going to be Cloud Kingdom! Hey! Here we are, your new favorite casting duo. By the way, my name is Yegwen, with me casting is the Jack Attack. But let's do the pleasantries later. Regards to ourselves, let's introduce the players first. Here he is, Papatos himself, spawning in the top right corner of the map.
Wytra.
And his good bosom buddy, a friend from around the porch. His name is...
Acer Bly.
Spawning as the Red Zerg. So, anyway, we're getting more nifty at this introduction business.
Absolutely. So, here we are. Here we have it. One of these players is going home, and one of these players is playing against Nurtio. And that's going to happen today, right after this match.
Yeah, so once we're done with this, and we expect around 1.5 hours of solid entertainment with Bly versus Wytra, after that is done, the winner of this will go fight against Nurture, and the winner of that will go into the lower bracket finals, which is going to be brutal, guys. But hey, you know, this is the time in the tournament when we already need to say goodbye and thank you to some very good names that have joined us, and it is always a sad opportunity. Now Nurture, what I'm talking about. I see red Zergs everywhere, but Bly here going for a quick spawning pool. Usually the timing where you go for a spawning pool against Protoss, nothing significant. And by the way, just to mention, when we spoke with Wytra recently, he said, yeah, I really like playing against Zerg. I think it's my strongest matchup.
That's great. He's been playing against a lot of Zergs recently, and I've got to see a lot of his play. And though Wytra is known for going for the carrier play and the Stargate play and stuff like that, he mixes it up. He's got a whole arsenal of builds to pull out, so really we could see anything.
Yeah. So Forge already getting up for Wytra. Sometimes some Protosses, but Wytra not so very often. Would go for a Nexus first build, but that's always kind of risky. I mean, if you go for a Nexus first, that's a sign of saying, yeah, whatever you have to throw at me, I'll just take it. I'll just take it to my chest, I don't really mind. And we see that Bly is producing not 4, but 6 Zerglings. He will have 2 additional Zerglings just to chase away the Proberto that is so irritating in his main, and taking down this pylon here, making sure that Wytra will not linger for too long.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is an abnormal amount of Zerglings. Not a huge difference, but a small difference. He's going to try to get in here and deal some damage. The cannon's got 10 seconds, and it looks like it's going to be up in time. Wytra should be able to hold this with the probe. There's always a chance for a run-by, though, with this many Zerglings. and perhaps getting a scout into the main, see exactly how many passes they're taking.
Yeah. Whenever you
But
go for
generally
that
speaking, you
forge,
should be okay. Ooh, actually, ooh, that could have been close. He moved out of the.
yeah, so I
Ooh,
just
he's not
wanted
blocking
to
it.
I just wanted to mention that in the most cases where this gets actually run past is where this probe was not
Oh!
set on hold. Holy smokes! What now? 4 Zerglings are in the main. Oh my dear God! This is not good for the Protoss because the first unit that is able to kill down Zerglings and chase them away is actually either Mothership Core or a Stalker. Both of them cost gas, both of them require a Cybernetics Core to finish, which is going to be in a second from now. But, you know, making early tech choices while Zerglings are in your base, very difficult.
Yep. He's gonna have to either delay or show his tech here, and with that, I mean, either way, either thing is bad. You delay your tech, whatever attack you're planning, whatever strategy you're planning is a little bit weak in comparison, or if you show your tech, then the Zerg can react to it properly. And also, we had a lot of lost mining time from the probes that had to defend here for a while.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
just really nice move by Bly. Took the opportunity of the probe not being on hold position.
But then what we need to take account of is Wytra's superior ability of defending this. I mean, yeah, he has got the dogs in his own base, but he only lost 1 single probe, which was the scouting probe, by the way. So this run-by has not cost him anything except the additional lost mining time. And for now, we have the Mothership Core on the field, and that should be the end of those Zerglings, really.
Oh, he does get a probe there. Very nice. He's trying to keep his Zerglings alive, and now that they have speed, he can actually do a pretty solid job of that. The Mothership Core is very slow, and he's just being really, really annoying. This is very difficult to deal with as White. You can see he has not put down any tech structure just yet. He's lost a lot of mining time. He's even losing workers.
Yeah, is that an English saying, by the way, to call the wolf out of the woods?
Call the wolf. I don't know that one.
Yeah, alright.
I don't think it's American.
I'll check it later then. But
England English.
Well, maybe, but there is a saying in Polish, I'm sure, and I've heard an English exact same saying, but you know, anyway, let's drop that topic. We are not here to have linguistic discussions, we are here to discuss the flying guts and flying cogs out of destroyed units and pieces of machines, and Wytra already made the tech choice he is so familiar with, which is the Stargate, and the question is right now, will he be going for Mass Phoenix? I think he will try to, or will he go for an Oracle followed by some other units. With the Stargate plate nowadays, it is working well in so many different aspects, it is very hard to tell which one of them it is going to be.
Oh, and look at that, the Overlord with speed coming in at the exact correct time. He's going to see that there's a Phoenix in production and not anything else, so he'll know exactly how to deal with it. Hydralisk Den already on the way.
Yeah. So, there is a saying, call the wolf out of the woods. Thank you very much, Swinsu, that's very useful. So anyway, we have right here Wytra, at least some of his sentries trying to get out, but that Zealot says, hey, my name is Zachariah, how are you, chicks? Oh, well, yeah, we're not really into you. Oh, come on. So, you know, that's a bad pickup line if you're just guarding the entrance to the disco party. And anyway,
he's gonna get an Overlord here. Phoenix doesn't take that much damage from the Queen. Gonna be continuing to fly around and get a lot of damage done. Phoenix buddy joining along. Gonna clear out some more Overlords here.
Yeah.
This is really why it's important to spread the creep as Bly has done here. It allows you a little bit better defense.
Oh, and the Hydras are out.
But definitely not worth sacrificing a Phoenix for. Pulls back. That can be really difficult when you see an Overlord with that little health. You're like, oh, I can just kill it, but yeah, you will lose the Phoenix, and not a good trade. White Rod knows that and shows excellent
and by the way, there was a little mistake.
Oh, speaking about losing a Phoenix. Oh, that was really difficult.
Wytra made a mistake. He wanted to go for his third, but he still had Zachariah blocking the entrance to the disco party, and that probe that was set there to take the third is just stuck with the rest of the army. I don't think that Wytra noticed it right now.
Well, he is going for +1, some more gates, and a robotics spec. He'll be clearing out that Overlord and likely taking the third base. Big Hydralisk push. Ooh, this is cool. A little speed Hydralisk push coming out of Bly right now. Just pure Hydra. That's going to do really well against Phoenix plus Gateway units.
Although without Zergling support, without Zergling support, the force fields will be critical to control that ball of Hydras. And they are already on the way. They know what Whitetra's composition is, and I need to say that Whitetra doesn't have enough units, which is very bad right now. Will he hold it with perfect force fields, or will he just fall down and crumble the first game so fast? Oh, the force fields are really nice, but then the Hydras just do a ton of damage. All of those Hydras behind the force fields also shooting down, just letting down the rage of the Zerg. And where is Whitetra's support? Will he lose this right away? Oh my god, that would be huge. And a perfect
Everything's falling down here. He doesn't have any more force fields. This Colossus is going to make a big deal. He's going to try to target it down. But that slowing field, the Time Warp, hurt him a lot, taking down one Phoenix. And he's going to have to back off for the time being. A little bit of dancing coming out of the Colossus there. Ooh, takes down the Mothership for a really nice play.
Bly, beautiful creep at the front with his Overlord. Oh my god, this is a beautiful move. That just allows the Hydras some nice movement there, and it's an additional advantage during the battle. So Whitetra holds for now, but it was so damn close. He's going for another Colossi.
Look at this bank. Look at Bly's bank. The Spire is about to finish up. This is going to be a huge Muta switch.
Oh, and the Colossi falls down. And now, as soon as the Spire finishes, Bly will just go and do a ton of Mutas, which is exactly what he wants. Now, Whitetra still somehow holds, but I don't really think that he has enough force to deal with 14 Mutas. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, in the meantime, Bly is taking all of these bases on the map. He's going to have a lot of control with his Mutas. He is building 13 at a time right now. And White is building a Colossus and some sentries. Not a lot of things that can deal with the Mutalisk. He might even be able to just take the Mutalisk here and engage this army straight on. Especially if White is in the middle of the map.
And Bly does a run by... Oh, that was so close. Nice reflexes by White by the way. And one lone sentry at the front like a lone wolf. It had to fall down. Wolf is nothing without its pack. And by the way, sorry for laughing out so hard, but I just saw a comment on the chat that made me giggle. You guys are hilarious. So, you know, take that as a token of appreciation. Now,
alright, we have a big attack coming in here. He's got the Stalker. He's going for this base. He should be able to deal with it. But the issue is there's not a lot of Stalkers there.
Oh, God,
yeah, shield going to make a big difference. We're going to see if he's able to cut through here. He's attacking all of the units. He's got a lot of Zerglings in production to finish cleaning this up. If the Colossus are not here at the end of this, he's going to be okay.
I don't think he was supposed to move out Colossi.
He might be able to have enough.
Uh-oh, and the Colossi with the
Zergling support. The Zerglings are going to finish this off, but White Rod, GG's.
Ooh. I mean, I don't think that moving away with the Colossi was a good idea, because Colossi have such a huge health pool. They are basically huge soaking up units, and when you're dealing with Mutas, you want to have a building next to you, maybe a cannon, maybe a ton of Zealots. You want to have something that will soak up the additional damage, so having the Colossi there was very useful, and White just split his army, and he did not manage to get the second warping round, and it didn't work out for him at all. Alright, so I already know what the next map is going to be. Do you?
I do. Do they?
Or are you just a big troll? Now, the comment that made me laugh so hard at the chat was one of the guys said that if there was a league for saying bad jokes, Yegwen would be top 8 Grandmaster. And someone replied, Schmock, if there would be a league of morons, you'd be the #1 in the universe. Which is, I don't have anything against people who call out my bad jokes. They just happen. If you do a ton of jokes, some of them just turn out bad, just like apples. You know, so jokes fly down like apples. But the counter comment was just perfect. A perfect example of maliciousness in internet. But thank you for taking my side, Axricor. Right, guys, so anyway, moving on to the next game. Sorry for that. Yeah, we're back now. So, Bly spawning here and changing colors. Jack, you have to get them under control between the games. This is awful. But anyway, he's spawning here in the bottom right corner on the Aquilon Flats map. His name is
Acer Bly.
Now, his opponent spawning in the top left, playing the Papatos himself.
White Ra.
Exactly. Now, there was a question under the chat, who made those map animations? They are pretty darn sick, don't you think? Yes, they have been custom made for us. No one else has something like that. Nothing quite like that. They have been made by a guy called Coyote. So if you're looking for some nice map presentation, Coyote is the guy to contact, and he is a perfect person to be working with, very much customer oriented, very professional, and he was just a pleasure to be working with. Now we see Whitera. I think he's going for he's going for a forge first.
Whitera actually almost killed a drone there with his scouting probe. That was kind of intense.
Yeah. Also, there's a question on the chat. I think I can answer that before we just let ourselves full into the game, since there's not so much happening. Is this channel only Yegwen's job? No, it is not. I have a whole team of people behind me to make this show as awesome as you guys see it. This is a very much group effort. We are a team, and we intend to make esports grow, but we are also very much hyped for what we do as a team. Working with the great people that I know that work with me on Yeguys TV is just a pure pleasure. But anyway, enough of patting our backs. We have Bly versus a probe, and the probe wants to run back.
Yeah, it's really ballsy. Drone trying to block. Oh, what is this all about?
Ooh, Bly does that from time to
What is that
time.
all about?
Oh, this is so hilarious right now. Whitera will not be able to close off his own wall, and Bly cancels this and lets his Zerglings in. Now, what will happen? Yes, the Zerglings will start chewing on the Nexus. Now, this is a risky move, because if there is an earlier Zealot or the cannon is placed somewhere else, you don't lose the Zealot, you just have spent so much on all of your cannons, and just placing two Zerglings in a perfect position to deal with the cannon. Now going for the drones again, being extremely annoying, but we need to say that nothing above that. So far, you know, the losses are very similar between both players.
Yeah, he didn't manage to get that cannon down. White Rock doing some nice defense with the probes, and he's going to be fine. Does have to put that down, that extra cannon, and he is vulnerable to a follow-up attack because he has not been able to wall in for this entire time. And he's actually just holding these Zerg. What a great move. Bly's just hanging out over here by the mineral line and saying, you have to clear me out if you want to kill me. And this is 5 Zerglings, so 1 Zealot is not going to do the trick. He's going to need a Stalker or 2 Zealots.
Or a Zealot with a couple of Angry Probes.
Angry Probes will help.
There should be a game on Android devices called Angry Probes. It would be that throwing probes at something shaped like a Hydralisk. Ah, that would be so awesome. Throwing down bunkers and mashing everything. That's something they should consider. They already did the Star Wars imitation. Why not go with StarCraft? Wow! A perfect position with that Zealot. Now that cutting path was something worth of watching. And now Whitera already transfers some of his workers to the natural, but the problem he has is he's on a back foot for a very long time now. He's going for a mothership core, but it will be so difficult for him to stabilize this game. He is 32 probes against 24, so this attack has cost Bly a lot, but then it is forever annoying.
Yeah, this is just absolutely oh wow, he's gonna get a really good position here and just kill off all those Zerglings. I thought he was going to be able to stay in there a little bit longer. So, again though, Bly getting in White Raw's base and keeping a scout on what's going on. So, really annoying for White Raw to deal with. This time he managed to clean it up quickly, so he won't have to delay his tech. But he did have to build that extra photon cannon. I'm sure that he did not want to build 2.
So now Bly just going for free base play. That's something that every single Zerg wants to have when playing against Protoss. He is now sure and comfortable. Hey, I have delayed Whitera so much that, you know, I should be fine. If we check the army supply and worker supply, you know, worker supply wise, Bly is very much ahead right now, just thanks to the free bases. But we need to remember that placing that hatchery delays your own third by a very significant amount of time. This mothership core nearly died here though. You have to be careful with that mothership core. You don't want to lose 100 gas and minerals early in the game.
Yeah, and we're going up to a lot of queens here. Bly is going to be creep spreading quite a bit here. Looks like he's going up to... Oh wait, no, he canceled that one. Okay. So here we are. Just the 3 queens after all, looks like.
Yeah. Overlord being relentless with the scouting, and will he see the Stargate being built? Where's the Stargate? There it is. By the way, did the Overlord see the Stargate? Yes, he did, but I don't think he checked it. What kind of a building is it, after all? And now, yeah, just being killed. So where does this game go from now on? White goes for Void Rays. I mean, from double... Oh, and another Overlord sees the Void Rays, and with 2 Stargates worth of Void Rays, this is going to be also powerful. But of course, what will Bly do right now? He knows, okay, if you're going Void Rays, I will just go mass Hydra, and we have so games like that, and I'm sorry to say that, they did not go in White's favor.
Yeah, Hydralisks are going to be very strong against the Void Ray composition, but that is almost the only thing that Zergs have really to deal with. The Corruptors don't even do very well against Void Rays right now.
Yep. And, you know, Corruptors used to be perfect against Void Rays some time back, because Void Rays took a long time to charge, you know. Corruptors usually flew alongside Mutas, and that made them kinda okay against Void Rays. Nowadays, Void Rays just chew through everything that flies if it's heavy, and that applies to Corruptors. Uh-oh, the Hydras are here!
Oh! Nice pick off. Well done.
The Mothership Core goes down, and now the Void Rays have to run back, and, you know, the Hydras are not fast enough. Hydras, by the way, off creep, Hydras have exactly the speed of a Void Ray, without the upgrade, of course. With the upgrade, they are much faster, and now they will be trying to open up this this intro to the third base.
Yep, 2.25, the standard speed of StarCraft. There are more units in StarCraft at that speed than any other speed that there is. And he's trying to move in here. These 3 cannons are going to finish up and deter the attack. But he's continuing to rally in, and this just looks like a really strong push. Maybe he'll be happy he had that 2nd cannon, but he's just going to run in here. He's dealing a lot of damage. White does not have a lot of forces that are going to do well against Hydras. He misses the force field. The Colossus comes out, but it looks like it's going to get targeted down. He needs to keep this Colossus alive. He's microing the best that he can. And, oh, just on the top of the cliff, he manages to keep the Colossus alive. We got Lings pouring in from every direction. The Colossus coming in, doing a little bit of micro.
2 hit points? Now, oh, he has to be careful! Oh my god, that was the hero Zergling of this evening. 1 Zergling that took down a Colossi.
Yeah, I can just imagine that. The Zerg goes over and just like touches the leg of a Colossus and just falls apart on top of him.
Explosions everywhere, and Bruce Willis jumping out of the top of the Colossi, saving himself in the last instant. That was probably more like it. So anyway, we have here some Hydras still making their way across the map. Right now, Bly is pretty much intent on aggression. He doesn't drone up anymore. He has 85 drones, which is it 80 or 60? I cannot see it. Yeah, I think it's 80.
The drone is 64. Perfect saturation on 3 bases is 66, so he's just 3 off while he's getting his 4th base.
Yeah, I couldn't read
he's going to try to make another push here, but there's Colossus guarded by Void Rays and Force Fields. I don't know how well it's going to work out. He's trying to target down Void Ray. That's not really going to work out too well for him.
Although the Void Rays are just falling down, and, you know, if you take care of the Void Rays, then you can just resupply your army with a lot of roaches, and you won't have your natural enemy anymore. And now Bly just going for a surround of this very small
not a good
ball.
Position for White to be, and he's out in the middle of the map. This is exactly what Bly was like. Oh, the Colossus going down. This is really painful.
This is so brutal for White. He tries to defend as well as he can. He prepares his best form of special tactics, but Bly was just faster, and this is the problem that YTR has been having
he
recently.
loses that Colossus in production.
Yeah.
This is not looking good at all. He's going to have to come out with some seriously special tactics to come back from this one. The creep is all the way across the map. It is beginning to, in one creep round, it will start to touch the gateways at the third.
And the gateways will try... What is this? Tastes like jelly. What's happening with my hands? Ah! You know, it's... and they will all turn into zombies. And we will have a zombie apocalypse in StarCraft 2 after all.
Will.
Now, Bly is a master of spreading the creep around the map. Now he's just recuperating his strengths and trying to attack while he has the uttermost advantage. And that's exactly what he does. There are no Colossi on the map, no robotic facility done. The one that he has is just finishing. And oh my god, losing the cybernetic score. He doesn't have a copy. He doesn't have a backup. Guys, you need to do backups. That's something that's, you know, there are two types of people in the world. Those that do backups and those that will be doing backups. And now YTR is just losing everything he has. And I'm sorry to say that, but GG will be called out shortly.
Yeah, GG is certainly looking like the only transition that YTR is going to be able to make for this position. He just doesn't have enough forces right now. Zelt's getting a lot of excellent service area, but the issue is this is just going to keep coming. There is no end to the Zerg swarm from Bly here.
Oh, and the Void Ray survives with 12 hit points, just one shot of a Hydra. But yeah, YTR is just being overwhelmed by the Zerg. I don't even know what could he go for. He's going for Blink, +2 weapons. If we check the Workers tab, we have 63 against 76, which is not all that bad for YTR, but considering all the things that he has lost, so the lost tab, he has lost nearly as much as the Zerg, and we need to remember, Zerg is on more bases, Zerg can just afford it easy peasy, and Bly is now just even placing spine crawlers on the front.
But as usual, YTR, even in the most dire of situation, does not give up, ever. He just does not give up unless the game is absolutely over, and you gotta commend him for that.
And that's something remarkable about YTR. That's, you know, he has a very strong mental backbone, YTR that is. Whenever he's losing, he doesn't bad manner, he just accepts his loss, he learns something from it, and, you know, he just continues. He have been playing Heart of the Swarm very hard and a lot recently to make sure he has the upper advantage. But now, oh, Bly just going for it, taking down all the cannons here to open the passage later on. He calls Melon and the passage opens. You need to remember there's a monster in the lake there too. But besides that, I think Bly should be fine to take this game.
Yeah, I think Bly is the monster in the lake in this situation. This is getting rough. This is a really advanced spine crawler wall. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Spine crawler wall up in the front, and that is just going to be so difficult to deal with. He's going to come in with the Colossus, but the issue is he can take some damage from these Hydralisks.
Yeah, what would Bly really need is what he just brought to the front, the Vipers. That's actually
Here we
the
are.
last thing
Those are
that.
the poles.
Hey there, guys! Want to hang out on the party? No, not really. Yeah, you will. They are like those really imposing friends that you cannot get yourself rid of. And we have GG called by YTR, and Bly secures himself the victory number 2, going up 2-0 against YTR. And this is looking bad for YTR, really. He's getting outplayed tonight. And Bly, as always, a very strong player. You know, his trademark is being aggressive. And he can do a ton of different sorts of aggression. He can be aggressive with creep spread like this game, or just aggressive with his timings. You know, playing against Bly must be a daunting experience for YTR. So anyway, guys, I would like to remind you all that this is Yegwen's Master League series that happens every single month, a $1,000 prize pool tournament that we do just to help esports grow. On top of that, we help esports grow quite literally by giving out free Heart of the Swarm copies every single stream. That's right, you heard it right. Every single stream you have a chance of winning Heart of the Swarm copy. What to do? Just stay until the very end, and then you will receive, well, not everyone, but one lucky person will receive a Heart of the Swarm or Wings of Liberty copy. So it's worth watching. I guess that's all I'm saying. So anyway, we'll be going into the next map right about now. I hope you're getting yourself prepared. You have your popcorn, you have your beer. I only have my juice with me, but the juice should do just fine for what we are to attempt. And by the way, guys, my intention is to become a professional caster. The same could be said about Jack. So if you'd like to help us, I mean, if you'd just like to help us, drop us a comment. You can give us your thumbs up on the chat right now. You can go to our Team Liquid thread and post your feedback there, saying, guys, you're really awesome, or you're really bad, but if you fix this, I could, you know, consider watching you. So anyway, whatever you think, let us know. This is how we intend to become better casters. Thumbs up, yeah. My pronunciation probably not perfect, but hey, no. Ugh. My Orcish pronunciation is, though, you know, the uttermost respectful Orcish pronunciation. Whenever I do, we need more lumber, people just are amazed. Oh my god, where did he get the Warcraft 3 orc from? So anyway, we'll be going into the map now. Rightio, so as you guys saw, the map is going to be none other than Belshir Vestige, and here he is, being down 2-0 against Bly. His name is Jack Attack, who's muted on the TeamSpeak as always. His name is YTRA.
YTRA.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was such a good one. It was the best intro I've ever done. And I was
yeah, and no one heard it. That's
yeah, you know,
that's what I tell myself.
You know, falls in the forest and no one hears it. Doesn't make a sound. You know, same kind of a principle just happened here. I don't think
that's what happens with my best jokes,
counts.
my friend. They just go unnoticed and no one pays attention to them. But anyway, here he is, the aggressive guy, the guy who seems to have the potential of taking down YTRA 3 against 0. He is spawning here in the bottom right corner as the blue Zerg. His name is
Acer Bly.
Yep. So YTRA in a bad spot right now. I don't think he's going to risk going Nexus first, but he has to be careful not to let himself anything sloppy happen like the last game. Don't you think, Jack?
Yeah, I definitely, I definitely think he's gonna have to be playing it safe. But he's gonna go for the Nexus first. I was gonna say this is a really big map, so kind of makes sense going Nexus first on it. Still kind of dangerous because
nice
so far in the
micro.
past couple of games, Bly has shown to be very aggressive in the beginning, always getting lings in the base. So going with the Nexus first might just allow him to do that again, get more lings in the base and be annoying with that kind of.
And by the way, Bly did something very old-style, old-fashioned. He went to take the expansion with his 2 drones. That's something you don't see very often nowadays. People just accept the fact that their expansion will be late, but what Bly did was a neat trick. Now, on the other side of the map, I said YTRA will not risk it, but then if he wants to get back to the series against a player who just seems to be daunting today, he has to do something surprising, something that no one expects.
Yeah, and Bly again going for 6 lings. I really like this. Just always being aggressive, throwing out the 6 lings, trying to get them in there.
Oh, that probe is not fun enough to hide the choke, and now it's there on hold. That was the problem last game, wasn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't in hold position this time. YTRA not making that mistake. I don't know. I don't think Bly is going to jump in here and try to bust through. Bust through that. Oh, sneaky. But
yeah. Oh, but isn't there a space there? Not the right. Oh, and the probe goes down.
He's just gonna run by. He's gonna lose a lot of the lings though. So gonna force some lost mining time. probably worth it, I would say. Only 75 minerals he's lost so far just to force those probes off the line. You can keep doing that. You might even be able to kill one of them.
Oh, and this is so bad if you lose one of your drones to the Zerglings. Yes, he did, so that's up to 3 right now. Sorry, up to 2 right now, including the scouting drone. And that's really it. Bly is in Whiterah's base again. Whiterah has played it out kind of sloppy. Normally, what you would expect a player to do is put down a building there, a pylon, just behind the probe. So if the probe falls, there's still some sort of a wall. That's not very comforting to the probe itself because it doesn't have any escape route. But hey, you know, survival of the species matters.
Yep, that's right. You have to protect Whiterah, you know, not just yourself. You are I don't know, I would say private in the army of Whiterah, maybe below private. The workers don't really see combat. Right?
Yeah. So Whiterah right now again on his back foot. I wouldn't say in a major way. So he doesn't have a big issue, but those types of things usually throw people off balance. And if we check Bly's base, he's already going for there, finishing his metabolic boost. Now he doesn't have any gases except the one, so I don't imagine he'll be going for any all-ins really fast or any timing attacks. But certainly he's taking fast. He'll probably go and try to secure the third. Oh, and he's taking the gases now. Do you think he's going to opt in for Mutas? Or is he going to opt in for, yeah, exactly right, for Hydras?
Yep, going for the Hydra play again. It seems like Bly is just liking the Hydra play in general against Protoss. I mean, Hydras have always been very strong against the early game Protoss until the splash damage starts coming out, very similar to Marine Marauder Medevac in that kind of a way. But here we have the Mothership Core and nothing to kill it. So it's going to take a little bit of a beating here. The Zealot is out on the map, and Overseer is going to get in and see these gates coming out of Whiterah. Not too many, just yet.
Not too many.
Just 4 and a Robo, so you can make a strong push on that and still expand. We're not all in by any means. But Acer Bly is going to be able to pick this up, and he'll be able to see exactly what's going on.
Bly is also taking a Spire as a precaution, or was he just showing, because he's not going for any Hydra upgrade, he's not going for Hydras at all. In fact, he just scouted that, hey, you know, Whiterah is not taking the third base. If I switch to Mutas right away, I will still have a shot at denying him the third for a very long time. And by the way, just switching Hydras right now probably would not be this, well, I don't want to say the smartest, but the most effective way to do it, because Whiterah is also going for Robotics Bay.
Yep, and we have this is kind of funny, we have an Overseer falling around an Observer, but he's going to get picked off, fortunately there.
Oh, and it had a little Zealot at the end, but it did not happen. Sorry, it could not happen. It couldn't be that way. And the Spire is finishing. Acer's Bly already has enough gas piled up for 8 Mutas. Will he go for that path? Yeah, 8 Mutas it is. So for a Protoss player stuck on 2 bases, Mutas is something extremely uncomfortable and difficult to deal with, because that basically doesn't really allow you. And oh my god, the Zerglings are going in! Oh dear god, this was not supposed to happen. The Zerglings are in the natural field. Now, Whiterah will be losing so much of his mining time. 1 probe there, sacrificing himself for the swarm. Yeah, that doesn't sound really good. And Whiterah has to defend with the remainder of his forces. And losing a Stalker, losing energy for a force field. Whiterah being dismantled by just a bunch of Zerglings right now.
Yep, the Zergling, in my opinion, the most powerful tier 1 unit. A lot of people like to say the Marine, but just the speed of the Zergling is devastating in so many situations.
And the Mutas are in the natural and dealing a ton of losses. The Planetary Nexus has been powered up, but will it suffice against the Mutas? Yeah, the Mutas just take some nice losses. 18 probes killed. No, this is not looking good at all for Whiterah. And in the background, Bly just opts in for an expansion. He has to replace it though, because he misplaced it for a second there. But now Bly has he has nearly full control over the map.
Yep, and that's the issue. It's gonna be really difficult for Whiterah to move out and take the third base. I mean, he has that option, and he also has the option of just moving out and trying to win.
Nice
He does have Blink, and he
Yeah.
does a pretty good job microing over here, but it looks like the Colossus is going to take a lot of damage, but only a little bit to the hull. Most of the damage went to the shields there, and he'll be able to regenerate that.
Do you know
as he
that
pushes
old
across the map.
joke? Why did the Colossi fall?
I believe the answer to that question is because it was imbalanced.
Exactly right, and now Whiterap being chased down, he blinks in, he goes with the Guardian Shield, but there is not enough. Oh, and he just uses the recall. This is a sign of desperation on Whiterap's part. He's just morphing in Stalkers right now, knowing that he will have to take this. Oh, this is so bad for Whiterap. The Stalkers are trying to deal the best they can to the Mutas, but there is just not enough force. The Stalkers don't have their +2 upgrade finish, and the Mutas are just so heavy in numbers right now. Whiterap seems to be losing it. He doesn't have any more Stalkers to deal with this, and the Mutas are just rampaging in his main. And this is a 3-0 victory for Bly.
Well played.
Yes, well played, just eliminating Whiterap from the tournament. As we know it, this is going to be so bad. I mean, guys, I need to admit personally, I'm a big fan of Whiterap because he's such a tryhard, just as I am. So yeah, it's going to be sad, but you know, this is what tournaments are all about. We need to let players go for the best ones to prevail and fight with their guts out. So anyway, guys, give me a second, give me a couple of minutes. We'll be going into Bly versus Snoot in a second. That match is going to be sick. Let me just talk with the players and make sure they are ready. What, Snoot? No, what Snoot? What am I talking about? Oh, but Yegwen. I meant Bly against Nerd Show. So anyway, I'll be back with you soon.